33 years in prison. Let's put up his picture. I'm going to tell you this story. It's a fascinating story. Christopher Dunn, St. Louis man, has now spent 33 years in prison for a killing he says he never committed. Now, the St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner has requested a court to set aside the conviction and that he had not been involved in the 1990 shooting of Ricco Rogers, okay? And there are some twists here. Dunn was 18, you see that? He was a child, he was 18 when Rogers was killed. Among the key evidence used to convict him was testimony from 2 children who were at the scene of the shooting. Both of those children later recanted their entire testimony, saying they were coerced by the police and coerced by prosecutors. Now let's stop right here on this moment. The attorney for the district, the circuit attorney, she believes the man didn't do anything. So she has made the proper motion. There's this recanting from both witnesses. They know who coerced them, but nobody's talking about what should happen to the prosecutor who broke the law, nor the others who were down with it. See, those individuals should face a criminal penalty for engaging in criminal felony conduct. But typically, we never go there. We just let them keep moving. There's more. A judge has heard Dunn's innocence case before. At an evidentiary hearing in 2020, Judge William Hickel agreed that a jury would likely find Dunn not guilty based on new evidence. But the judge still declined to exonerate Mr. Dunn, citing a 2016 Missouri Supreme Court ruling that only death row inmates, not those like Dunn sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, could make a freestanding claim of actual innocence. Now, I did some checking on this law, and technically the judge is correct. However, there is a ruling that the judge could have utilized. Would have gotten the judge in a little trouble, probably, in the interest of justice. To rule in the interest of justice, okay? You can be challenged on that ruling. And sometimes you may not be popular with your colleagues on the bench for a ruling like that, but it would have been the right thing to do. By your own admission, Judge, the man was likely going to be found not guilty by a jury. There's more, 2021. In 2021, the law now allows prosecutors to seek court hearings in cases with new evidence of wrongful convictions. It has led to the freeing of another longtime inmate, Mr. Kevin Strickland, who also served more than 40 years for a Kansas City triple killing that he never did. Lamar Johnson was the second individual freed as a result of the new law. Dunn's attorney at the Midwest Innocence Project says he should be the third, and I agree. Let's put her up. The St. Louis Circuit Attorney, Ms. Kim Gardner. Ms. Gardner is a good person, has a heart, gives a damn about justice, cares. She has done the right thing. So she took up the cause after an investigation launched by her office, conducted with the help from the Innocence Project, convinced her this man was innocent. This man was innocent of that killing. She previously succeeded in getting a court to set aside the conviction of another man, Lamar Johnson, who had spent nearly 3 decades in prison for a crime he never committed. The overturning of Johnson's conviction was a rare victory in a challenging year for Gardner, the city's first Black prosecutor. She has been under fire for months from critics who contend that under her watch, too many cases, including homicides, have gone unpunished, that victims and their families are left uninformed, and that her office is too slow to take on cases brought by the police. You know what's really happening? Because she is not rushing to simply prosecute and convict somebody who's not guilty. She's being thoughtful about the process to ensure that she does not create a Mr. Dunn situation. Bailey, a Republican, right? A Republican who unsuccessfully sought to keep Johnson locked up, filed a motion seeking her removal. Criticism escalated when recent cases had to be delayed because prosecutors from the understaffed office failed to show up in court. Gardner said the attacks were politically and racially motivated, but she announced this month that she would resign effective June 1st. Republican Governor Mike Parson will appoint her replacement. Put up a picture. Somebody please get this new segment to the prosecutor. Madam, I know you are one of the champions out here. You are one of the few. If you don't do this, nobody will. Make sure that man is out of that damn jail before you resign. And if he is not, rescind your resignation on, please. Get this done. Nobody else would do this. Once again, law changes. The law changes and all of a sudden a bunch of innocent people go free, showing how extreme and racist our criminal justice system has been, especially against Black men. Innocent, but they served 30 years. Innocent, but they served 40 years. Innocent, serving 21 years. These are the ones that we were able to figure out. What about the ones that we never will? They die inside of that jail. Or they get released after they serve 20 years and their life is completely different.